we took a bounce trade right here, and this particular trade here also another 5-figure trade for me right there. Now, you have to learn how to identify such opportunities right there. And I will provide a snippet later of an explanation from a training video that I provide for members in the Discord server. So please do watch it as well, so you have a little understanding how to be looking out for trades and have a little understanding of what we do in the Discord server every single day. And thereafter, you see the magenta starting to form here, isn't it? And I told you not to chase here. You have to be very careful because you already started pushing down in the strongest algorithm. So remember, as I always tell you, you can chase here on the break. On the break from the blue to green, you notice the selling from blue to green is stronger, so you can chase here and catch it up to this. This is a scope here that you want to catch, but otherwise you cannot start chasing once it's in green because it will slow down, and you see the engulfing candle, the green candle here engulfing. So once you see the selling intensity starting to increase, especially when we are at the supports of the strongest selling algorithm that we have identified here, you see it bounce back up. Now we identify magenta, so we're expecting more liquidity to start forming, and I was telling you to wait for more liquidity, isn't it? And you see it happening near end of day, right? So you just have to be patient, right? So instead of chasing the shorts here, you have to temper your expectations, because some of you you missed out on this and therefore you want to chase this. You have to be very careful, and I keep reminding you, be careful not to chase. So understand the technical explanations of why you don't chase here, because we are already in the strongest selling. You don't see it going further down, and we are already at the supports of that strongest selling algorithm. And we have, the Q's 5-day was here. I talked about that, and we have closed the gap. So these are very strong support levels, and we have somewhat retested a very key level in this pink 668 that I've indicated near to the 5-day moving average as well. Right, so you see so many key support levels, so you can expect some buyers to be here. We had magenta, and we were weakening in our selling in the blue, and I took a call here at that large red candle. It was a pretty good fill, but on hindsight, I could have taken it at a bounce of magenta or on the break of this blue. That would still be better. Instead, I had some drawdown here, but it turned out to be a pretty good trade. And if you remember from episodes 1, 2, or 3, I don't remember, it's the early episodes, I talked about chaining your plays. Now, the reason I am so much more daring in taking this trade here is because I had a massive trade from here. So you see, you're chaining up your plays. So the bigger days that I have is only because I have, big wins prior that I'm able to take bigger risks, especially in the elevated volume environment. I know there will be moves, so I'm willing to take them. And so you see, this is the reason why I have 2 very good trades right there. Now, you cannot call the reversal. This is a ZOMI, right? I was expecting a bounce, because this bounce can be that head and shoulder, which you see it happening, or it can be the head of that inverse head and shoulder pattern. But you can absolutely wait for the bulls to retest this before you consider this going up. So you have to understand the concept of the ZOMI trade here, especially when we ran out of momentum and that selling continuation. You saw strong supports, right? And you see it's penny perfect, so you can time your risks. You can truly fine-tune your risks so that you maximize your risk to rewards. I told you to protect by magenta, isn't it? Exactly as it is, right? So you notice that magenta can still be in control, and it absolutely still is right there, right? So I told you to protect by magenta as well, right here, I think. With magenta in the way, so protect more. Yeah, watch for magenta. So you have to understand trader structure demands, right? You have a target to protect your trade. You understand you have the buying continuation. Now, the reason only I could hold my trade all the way to magenta was only because of this blue buying precision algorithm. So sometimes the market is kind, give us very clear directions in order to protect the trade, so I could maximize my move here. Absolutely beautiful.